what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Marvel Legend review. Today we're going to take a look at the new X-Men wave, Build-A-Figure Caliban, Weapon X. Skadoosh! Here is Weapon X out of the packaging, and I'm very happy to have this figure right now. But I was lucky enough to find this figure this morning. I walked in at about 9:30 and I found 3 figures hanging on the peg. It was Weapon X, Blink, and Skullbuster. So I immediately picked up the 3 of them, came home, and I'm super happy to finally have this figure in hand. Thank you whoever at Hasbro finally sculpted this mold, because they're pretty much giving us every version of Logan, Wolverine that we could hope for, you know what I mean? So we've gotten Old Man Logan, we've gotten Logan on the bike, we've gotten the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, we've gotten the original suit Wolverine, the one that comes with Days Future Past Sentinel, and finally we're getting the Weapon X Wolverine. If you're not familiar with this Weapon X Wolverine, this is pretty much when he got his adamantium. He had been recruited by the Weapon X program, and they fused adamantium to his bones because of his healing factor, which they wanted to turn him into a weapon. He was unaware at the time that they were going to wipe his memory and use him as a weapon. So this was pretty much how he looked when they were brainwashing him and seeing what he was capable of. And it was a very good arc. It was actually one of the best Wolverine stories. He was involved with Wade Wilson at the time, which is Deadpool. He was also involved with Sabretooth, Maverick. I forget the girl's name right now, Fox something. But I do remember watching this when I was like 7 or 8 years old in the morning when it was on Fox Kids, and that was just one of the richest Wolverine stories there was. So I'm super happy to have this figure. Let's go ahead and jump into him and see what this figure is all about. Alright, so taking a closer look at the head sculpt, I really like the Weapon X helmet that they have on him. I really like the red line that they have right there. It's actually so they can monitor what he's seeing and feed information into him, make him see targets and, you know, people to kill like that, because they were turning him into a weapon. So all that looks really good. It has nice details on the top, as you can see. It goes all the way around. Kind of has that antenna right there. And I really like the way that the hair comes out at the back. And then you can see that the tube feeds into right there. Fits in perfect. Coming around. All those details are really nice. Again, I really do like the harness that they have right there. And going down, you can see all the brainwashing radio things they have on his belt. Little pouch right there. And then around his wrist they have little watches that feed into the hoses again. And then after that he just has chonies on. But yeah, all the muscles and everything look good. They have a little bit of hair on the side of his leg there, some hair on his chest of course, and his arms. So this figure looks really great. And let's go ahead and do a head swap and take a look at his alternate head. Alright, here's Weapon X's alternate head sculpt, and I really do like this one. It has a lot of expression to it, and that's kind of something we really need with our figures, especially a figure like this. He's in his berserker rage. He's freaking out and killing everybody in his way. He doesn't care who they are. So I'm really happy that we got this head sculpt. I really do like the screaming mouth. That came out really good. His eyebrows are real expressive. That's great. His cheekbones are, you know, screaming out and everything like that. Yeah, I really do like this head sculpt. Let's go ahead and check it out on some other molds. Alright, taking a look at Wolverine's articulation. This arm is a little bit hindered by that, but actually it's not. I mean, you could get really good range. You could go that far without this thing even really hindering it, even with the butterfly joint. So that's really cool. It has really good range, actually. You get a double jointed elbow. It's not hindered at all. It's just kind of new plastic, so I kind of got to wear it in. The shoulder comes up really well and it has that butterfly joint. He also has this plastic band that goes around him. Goes around the back like that. All he has down there is his chonies. Then he has his belt, which has the, I guess, brainwashing monitors on it, which feeds whatever into this, which makes him see whatever. And I think they were developing his berserker rage, or this was like putting him in berserker rage because he didn't know who he was, so he just acted like an animal. When he did escape Weapon X, he did like just join some wolves, I think, for a little while. He just lived in the wild until he like found a family farmer that helped him out or something like that. Then I think he joined the X-Men after that. So this is pre-X-Men Wolverine. But yeah, he has a torso crunch, which is really good. Swivel. Leg kicks up. Swivels there. Double jointed knee. And pivot. So articulation's solid on this figure, and the details are all there because, I mean, there's no real suit, so they might as well go all out on decking him. And it's really cool how these are connected. They come out of the base right there, and then they go into his arms. So I guess they were monitoring his heart rate and all that through this, and then just feeding into his veins, whatever they were doing. So yeah, great articulation on this figure. Alright, and here's a size comparison of all the Wolverines that I currently have. Let's say the one all the way to the left is the Canadian Wolverine, then we'll go into the Biker Wolverine, and then Weapon X, and then when he first joins the X-Men, and then when he's an official X-Men in the Tiger Stripe one, and then Old Man Logan. And they all seem to look like they're the same height, but the Weapon X Wolverine is actually a little bit smaller than all of them, which is kind of funny. And then this Wolverine's skin tone is just horrible. It looks really bad in the camera. I don't know if it's the camera or just the way that one is, but it just looks really bad. I do have the Sculpt shelf one. I just didn't go grab it, but yeah. They all look pretty good. I am happy to have each and every one of these figures, and let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so here's a size comparison of Weapon X next to some of his teammates while in Weapon X. On his right we have Sabretooth from the Apocalypse Wave, and on his left we have the Deadpool. And they all look really good next to each other. The Deadpool looks really tall for some reason right now. Sabretooth is taller than him, but I guess he's a little crouched right now. The three of them do look really good next to each other. I hope I could come up with a shot for them. Let's go ahead and move on. And just for another quick size comparison, here's Weapon X next to X-23. They actually look really good next to each other, but it kind of doesn't work because Weapon X was way before X-23. But they're the same height. They look really good next to each other. Nothing else to say about that. And before I forget, here's another Weapon X size comparison. Omega Red next to Wolverine. These two look really good next to each other. I definitely have to take a shot of these two facing off. Pretty much Omega Red was his like guard keeper during the Weapon X days. Anytime he'd go crazy, Omega Red would come out and put him in his place. So definitely have to take a shot of these two. Alright guys, I'm pretty excited to have this figure. I'm going to go ahead and set up a shot, do some ACBA with this, and see what I come up with. So if you haven't already, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you guys are thinking about this review, and let's go ahead and dive into some photography. Alright, so I got my shot all set up. I'm shooting at ISO 640 at f11 2.5 shutter speed with a wide angle lens. It is a 16-35 wide angle that I just recently got, so I'm super stoked about that thing. Really fast glass. And I set up 2 or 3 Scourges along with Wolverine, so I get it to focus. I got the red light over there, and I got 2 lights going right there. Turned off the dome light, and it's giving it a really nice shadow. I really like this shot, really like this figure. There you go. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of this shot. I'm probably going to set up some other shots. I want to do one of him like running out into the wild. Maybe try some snow. Maybe try something like that. Yeah, I hope you guys like this shot. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of the review. And I'll catch you guys next time.